Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just getting underway here with our video and all the usual stuff. And off we go. Oh, yeah. There's so many things setting up the Zoom stuff. So what we're going to look at are the markets. Screen share, say hello to myself. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so what we're looking at today, first time in a long time I've seen this. Everything is red, okay? The only thing that's green is oil. Everything, when I say everything, that's including the digital currencies as well. Our current bot in that space is not trading at all, which is good. It's not taking losses, but it's been doing real good. Anyways, let's get into the real mainstream stuff. So here's MotiveWave, looking at the harmonic scan, seeing what it tells us. So you can see here we've seen some gains here, like in Australia, and everything either drifts or tanks. Plus, there's a lot of volatility in the price. Really difficult conditions to trade in. I mean, look at this. This is, I believe, a 4-hour chart. And how do you trade in that? Unless you have a mean reverting strategy, you could probably do well with it. But look at that hit on oil, but it seems to be rebounding. It's the only thing that's positive right now. They're calling for $100 oil per barrel later in the year. That's pretty crazy. Here you see these pound against the Canadian dollar. It moves up and then suddenly it drops back pretty big. The USD and Japanese yen continues to drop and still maintains the short. Same with the USD and Swiss franc, and it's got its drop and still dropping. Even a short on the USD Sweden, and same with the Danish DKK. Everything's just dropping. It's very difficult to trade these. You look at Australia USD, it's got a long. I think these trading conditions are pretty tough. Even with the Euro Canadian, it looked like it was popping, then it just drops back in a large way. Boom. I really don't know. I mean, okay, the euro against the British pound still drops. I wouldn't call that gangbusters. Euro against the Japanese yen, just dropping. Has a long here though. I don't know if you were to just set and forget, buy and hold, really tough to do. I think your performance won't be as good as opposed to doing what we do in the digital currency space. That seems to be doing pretty damn good, I have to say. Deutsche 30, again, drop, pull, and comes back. You're not seeing the US markets at all as a long-term play, well, at least for today. China's flat, and it's been flat. It's got a slight long there. Yeah, I mean, USD and INR, or the rupee, still flat with a short there. More shorts for the USD Swiss franc. Same with the USD and yen. Same with the USD and Swedish. Oh man, Brent crude calling on a short, but it seems to be coming back a little bit. Swiss franc and the Hong Kong dollar. That's looking pretty good with that long there, so maybe can make a little bit there. Of course, you have to add in the crazy leverage to get similar returns of what we're seeing. Copper dropping, drifting down. Again, I've talked about that inflation pressure is just not there anymore. Australia USD not doing too good either. Things may start to turn around. I would hold back until you see the traditional, like historical peak there before you do an entry. Deutsche 30. Look at this big, deep, long short there. Looks like the market's coming back. That's for the S&P 500. More shorts call though. they are saying that there's going to be a massive market correction coming. I've seen that across the board. Again, you should be on my Discord server to learn about that under the trading news channel. I'll put that in the description as well. That's for free, obviously. Just the pound and the Japanese yen just getting killed off. It's rebounding a little bit, but we've seen that before on these pullbacks, and just still the downward pressure. It just seems things are very, very distorted in the markets. USD Mexican, all over the map there. Now we start to see gold. Okay, look at gold. Like it shoots up, pulls back, pretty steep. That's, I said, gold in Australia, gold in Canada is similar. Gold in Swiss franc is dropping quite a bit. See how it's doing with Hong Kong. Okay, so gold in Japanese yen, it's not too bad on those dips. Quite a bit of dip in the New Zealand as well. Singapore, not too bad either. Okay, here's our key right here. So we're starting to see a short here on the gold silver ratio. You can see it spike here yesterday. It has a slight dip there, but this is the metric to watch to see where things go. So if it's shorting right now, I'll give that some relief, because if it's shorting, pressure's off for now, but that's a 4-hour chart. But as I showed this yesterday on a daily, it doesn't look much, but that's coming off of February last year. And you can see how it just spiked when well, actually it was starting to spike in October, drifted back, and this right here will tell you that when this starts to move up, I'm sorry, right here, you can see this is last year with the virus when it started to come in, and it's drifted back since. So what you're looking at here pales in comparison, but yet this is a full-on panic with the economy when it starts to really tank, and people just don't know what to do. But remember, when you throw $7 trillion in the U.S. economy, just print that money out of your butt cheeks. This is what you can get. But to get the recovery, there's going to have to be better fundamentals for the U.S. So now we're getting into the silver. You see silver and euro, silver and the pound dropping, short calls there as well. Same with New Zealand. Oh, actually New Zealand. Okay, here's something I'll tell you from the patterns of watching this. When you start to see New Zealand long, this is what you're looking at is the pretty well hot capital flow. So if the hot capital flow is pointing towards a long in New Zealand, New Zealand's a good hideout spot outside of Scandinavia. That was what happened all last year. New Zealand did quite good compared to everybody else. It has to do with how New Zealand handles the global sickness versus the rest of the world, I guess. China, the important one, just drifting down. Those bond stories, default, even though we're not hearing about them. Somebody's watching that. That's why I think it's drifting back. Euro 50, look at these steep declines here, a little recovery there. That's for the Euro 50. Euro pound, good recovery there, and drifting back. So these are really tough to call. But yeah, as I said, when you got the alternative in the digital currency space that I've got operating in the US exchange, where you can, something to do with cracking nuts, it's proving itself over the last few days. So we'll be throwing some live capital on it. All of that is on my website, quantlabs.net. I'll show you that in a minute. So here's our big Forex pair. Look at that big decline there. Remember, it had a nice rally earlier, even though it's really volatile. But mean reverting, you could do really well with mean reverting in this. But the Euro USD has a long, but you really want to trade these downward trends that have been in place since May. The Deutsche 30, flat with the declines. There's not much trend out there. I'm going to look at a few more just to see if they exist, but not much. Here's Thailand, big massive short. The bonds here for the Treasury 30 years got a short. So this is another factor we got to watch when we start to see money be poured into the Treasury, especially in the US. USD Indian market, well, that's a rupee, sorry, had a nice good rally, kind of going range bound a little bit. It's got a short as well. Here's the S&P 500, again, short pop there. I don't know, but it's got more shorts here as well. So yeah, USD Hong Kong's trending up, and it's really hard to factor these in. A lot of these that we've already seen, but I find the USD Mexican peso in there is a pretty interesting story in itself. Brent crude, that drop, starting to recover a little bit. We got sugar, had a rally and pulling back there now. I'm just not seeing a lot. Slim pickings, as they say. Just looking to see if there's anything else out there. Okay, copper. That big rally we saw with the inflation, you can see it's drifting back. So again, that's why I'm saying with copper, it's one of the industrial metals. So the pressure's not there. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the, again, global sickness. Platinum drifting back too. So let's look at some of the other ones. WTI, slight pullback. That's a good trend there. There's a long-term trend as well for copper drifting. Wouldn't be bothered in that. Platinum, not a very good one. But here's the two that were looking pretty good. Look at that. Okay, so this is a currency pair. And at the end of the video, consider it a bonus. I mentioned this before. Really looking solid. USD Thai baht. Really, really good there. And let's look at the last one, natural gas, and how that's doing as well. So of course, I guess you could say we saved the best for last. All right. Natural gas is looking not too bad, pullback, and on its way to a convincing recovery there as well in that last bar. So those two, I think, are your best ones to put money into for the consistent trends that you can see. We'll leave it at that. If you are interested in this sort of stuff, let me just see here. Okay, right here, get in on our email list. Go to contact@quantlabs.net or visit the store at quantlabs.net shop. All right, and right now these sales for this particular product are monthly, very discounted, as well as our annual subscription for 50% off is going to come to a close at some point, just due to the fact that I'm starting to see that we're underpriced for sure with the kind of performance we get. Start getting some live capital at it, and getting it verified will put us easily into the premium league and leave all of those competitors in the dust. We shall leave it at that, and thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good day.